See, when a plant reproduces by its vegetative part, like say here I am saying the vegetative part like leaf, root and stem we are taking. So if the plant is reproducing through the productive vegetative part, that is like leaf, root and stem, that type of reproduction is called vegetative propagation. ऐसी reproduction को हम लोग vegetative propagation कहते हैं, where a plant is not using its reproductive part. We know that reproductive part of a plant is flower. जो reproductive part है plant का, that is flower. This is the reproductive part. ये जो है reproductive part है flower का, and these are the vegetative parts. You can say vegetative word here. Okay, so some example of vegetative propagation is, if we talk about vegetative propagation through root, the some example which is given in NCERT, tell me, unmute yourself and tell me what are the example of vegetative propagation through root. Root से vegetative propagation का example दो मुझे. Any one of you? When we talk about vegetative, yes, the best example of vegetative propagation through root is sweet potato. Sweet potato जो है वो best example है. Many plants are there which reproduces through the root. Okay, among them one is the sweet potato. Now say second one we people are taking, that is reproduction through leaf. Reproduction through leaf, we will talk about definitely the example. Bryophyllum, very good, very nicely replied. Bryophyllum is the best example. Then reproduction through stem, the example of that is stem से reproduce करता है वो एक example दो. Rose, very good. So these are the examples of natural vegetative propagation. Means naturally the vegetative propagation occur through these parts. But you know that vegetative propagation can be done by man itself. It is done by artificial methods, and that artificial vegetative propagation include cutting, layering and grafting. इसमें तीन हम लोग पढ़ते हैं, cutting, layering और grafting. So if we talk about natural vegetative propagation, we will simply say that vegetative propagation through root, vegetative propagation through stem and vegetative propagation through leaf. Okay, these three we will take. Naturally the plant is reproducing by the vegetative parts. Now artificial method, the first one, as we say, cutting. It is if the cutting of a stem and root of certain plant are grown in the soil, under suitable condition new plants can be developed. अगर हम लोग कटिंग करके कुछ प्लांट्स को उसको सॉइल में लगाएं और जो suitable conditions है that if provided, then new plants can be obtained. So this is the first method of artificial vegetative propagation, that is cutting. Okay, many plants can be obtained by using this method like rose, China rose. These are the example. Okay, next one, or we can say bougainvillea also can be obtained by this method. Sugarcane, grapes. These are the plants which are obtained by cutting method. By stem cutting, we can develop a new plant. This is the way of artificial vegetative propagation. Here we are talking about artificial vegetative propagation. तो artificial vegetative propagation का ये सब example है. Now second we are talking about the next one, that is the next method is grafting. Okay, in grafting, by joining the part of two different plants, a new variety of plant is produced. दो अलग-अलग plant को join करके two different plants, means we are taking the root portion of one plant and shoot portion of the another plant, and simply by joining this plant, these two plants, and the joining should be done in such a way. See how the joining should be done. Suppose we are talking about the grafting process method. अगर हम लोग grafting method की बात करें, तो here we are talking about we should take the two different plants. See, the stem portion of one, the root portion of one plant is taken, and we will put the shoot portion of another plant. So cutting is done in such a way. Suppose this is the root portion of plant. ये जो है हम लोग का root portion जो plant का हम लोग लेंगे, इसको हम लोग कहेंगे, stalk, and we are taking the shoot of another plant that is known as scion. This is the scion. ठीक है? So here we are taking the two different plants. We are taking one plant root with root, another one the shoot portion. But the joining is done in such a way that is we will cut the plant in this shape. See, I am showing you. It is M shape, and we are placing the plant in such a way that the conductive tissue of both the portions will merge with one another. इस तरह से उसका प्लेसिंग करेंगे कि ये जो शूट पोर्शन है कंप्लीटली रूट पोर्शन से मर्ज कर जाए, रूट वाले पोर्शन से, यानी स्टेम जो जिसमें कि रूट वाले पोर्शन का जो स्टेम है उस पर वो शूट वाले पोर्शन का जो कि मैंने डिफरेंट प्लांट का लिया, ये दोनों जो है बिल्कुल मर्ज कर जाए. सी आई हैव शोन हियर, दिस इज द शूट पोर्शन ऑफ वन प्लांट and the portion which contain this is called stalk and this is called scion. Okay, we are using the term stalk. Here I am using the term scion. So this is the method which is called grafting. Whether grafting is clear to you all? क्या grafting clear हुआ? The placement should be done in such a the placement should be done in such a way that both the portion will merge with one another, means their conductive tissue will merge, and so this method is called grafting method of artificial vegetative propagation. Now the last one is called layering method. In layering, root are included on the stem of a rooted plant. Means what is done? Two methods are there in the layering. One is called soil layering and another one that is called mold layering, and another one is called rooted layering. Suppose one plant here I am drawing. I think this one board is visible to you. क्या board visible है?
मैम blur है.
Okay. See, so in the next one, in layering process is done. Suppose one plant is there and it's that plant is touching the soil in this way. See, when I am drawing one plant here, and this portion of the plant is joined with it is attached with the soil. So we will cover the portion of the plant with soil, and after many days we will find that the root will develop from this portion. So this is called layering. Or sometime what farmer do? Farmer cut the branches. Okay, in air layering, he cut the bark, he removed the bark portion of the tree, and there he put the important nutrients, means soil and we can say cow dung, etc. And then he tie that portion. From that portion, the root is developed. This is called air layering. वो जो है air layering का example है. Okay, so these three methods are used in artificial vegetative propagation. The first one is called cutting, second one is called grafting, and the third one is called layering. Okay, now these are the three methods of artificial vegetative propagation. Now what are the advantages? Anyone tell me what are the advantages of vegetative propagation? क्या एडवांटेज है बताओ? Anyone can tell me if you know the answer, because here we are revising the portion. हम लोग portion को revise कर रहे हैं. So I know you all know the answer. What are the advantages of vegetative propagation and what is its disadvantage? Anyone?
Ma'am, the plants produced by this method take less time to grow.
Yes, very good. It will take less time to obtain new plant.
Copies of the parent plant.
Okay, so see, the plant obtained should be the true copy of the parent plant. This cannot be considered as its advantage. It can be considered as its disadvantage. इसको हम लोग डिसएडवांटेज में पुट करें तो ज्यादा अच्छा होगा, because we know that if any genetic disease is present in the parent plant, that will be transmitted to the new plant automatically, because new plant is
Yes.
developing from the parent plant. So this can be considered as the disadvantage of vegetative propagation. The advantage is that it is taking less time to develop a new plant, and we can grow plants, seedless plant also. We can grow seedless plant by this method. So these are the advantages of vegetative propagation. The time taken is less. It will take less time to develop a new plant, and we can say that the seedless plant can be obtained by this method. So these are the advantages of vegetative propagation. Next one, if we are planting, if we are planting seeds and obtaining plant, okay, from that method, lots of care is needed. Okay, sometimes the seeds do not germinate, or we see that rodents etc. eat the seeds. Okay, so this type of problems should not be faced in vegetative propagation. हम लोग देखते हैं ना कि कभी कभी जो है फार्मर अगर बीजों को लगा देता है तो भी देखते हैं कि रोडेंट्स वगैरह उसको डैमेज कर देते हैं, या फिर हम लोग देखते हैं कि बहुत ऐसे सीड्स भी होते हैं जो जर्मिनेट नहीं करते हैं। ठीक है, तो ऐसे प्रॉब्लम को वेजिटेटिव प्रोपगेशन में फेस नहीं करना पड़ेगा। इन वेजिटेटिव प्रोपगेशन नो सच टाइप ऑफ प्रॉब्लम कैन बी फेस्ड बाय द फार्मर, सो दिस कैन बी कंसिडर्ड एज इट्स एडवांटेज। ये जो है इसका एडवांटेज के तौर पे हम लोग ले सकते हैं। तो we can obtain new plant in less time. There is less, we can say, investment. Otherwise, farmer will have to invest some money on seeds also. So less investment, less time is will be required for obtaining the new plant. And moreover, the benefit is that a seedless plant can be obtained by this method. So these things can be written as its advantage. When we are talking about disadvantage, no doubt the disadvantage is if any genetic disease is present in the parent plant, that is definitely going to pass into the plant which is obtained by the vegetative propagation. So this is its disadvantage. Now I think this topic is clear to you all. क्या इसमें कहीं प्रॉब्लम है किसी को? If you have problem, you can ask me. Do you think?
No.
No problem. Now tell me quickly, give example of a plant which can be obtained by layering method. One example of a plant that can be obtained by layering method. Can you give example?
Ma'am,
Jasmine, very good. Yes. And through grafting method, which plant can be obtained? Grafting method. Rubber plant and fruits like guava, citrus fruit can be obtained. Apple, mango can be obtained by grafting method. Okay, so grafting. Now, what is the portion which is the stem cutting for a superior quality plant? Okay, the stem portion is called, if we are cutting a plant and we are doing the grafting process, so the stem portion is called, yes, tell me.
Stalk.
Not stalk. Think about it. We are taking a superior quality plant and we are.
Stem portion.
Yes. Tell me.
Ma'am,
Scion. And the second one is stalk. Two words we people are using here. Okay. दो words हम लोग use कर रहे हैं. By joining the two different portion of a plant, new plant can be produced, and this is called grafting. Now the stem of the rooted plant is called stalk, and the stem of the fruit portion which will be placed, that is called scion. ठीक है, तो जो रूट लेंगे जिस प्लांट का जिसमें कि स्टेम के साथ रूट रहेगा उसको कहेंगे हम लोग स्टॉक, और जिसको प्लेस करेंगे उसको कहेंगे स्कियन. Okay, now I think you people understand this topic. क्या ये
Yes,
क्लियर
ma'am.
हुआ? Okay, so next type of asexual reproduction is spore formation. Spore formation can be generally observed in spore formation किनमें देखने को मिलेगा? Can you tell me?
Brain water.
Rhizopus.
Rhizopus, very good.
Rhizopus.
Very good indeed. You people have learned well this topic, I think. Yes, Rhizopus is the best example. Rhizopus जो है वो best example है. तो spore formation, that is the another method of asexual reproduction, and spores are actually unicellular bodies. स्पोर्स एक्चुअल में क्या होते हैं? ये यूनिसेलुलर बॉडीज होते हैं. दे आर वेरी लाइट वेटेड, बहुत ही लाइट वेटेड होते हैं, एंड दे float in air. They are microscopic, means they cannot be seen with our naked eye. ये जो spores होते हैं ये microscopic होते हैं, and they are not seen with our naked eye. They float in the air. Wherever they get the suitable medium, there it will grow. Okay, so this is the spore formation. ये जो है spore formation हो गया asexual method का another example. So far we have talked about many methods of asexual reproduction. We people have started from fission, then budding, fragmentation, regeneration. After that, we people come to know about spore formation, and then vegetative propagation. All these are asexual method of reproduction because there is no any involvement of gametes here. कहीं भी gametes involved नहीं है, sex cell involved नहीं है. So these are the type of asexual reproduction. Now one more topic is given in your book, that is tissue culture. Another name of tissue culture is, can you tell me? Anyone? The another word that can be used for tissue culture? Do you know about micropropagation? क्या micropropagation word सुने हो? You have heard? Tell me if you have heard about micropropagation. Yes, Preeti, tell me. Do you know about the term micropropagation? No? Okay, see, for tissue culture we are using the term micropropagation. Tissue culture के लिए ही हम लोग term जो use कर रहे हैं वो है micropropagation. See, I am writing here. It is micropropagation. The term used here is micropropagation. ठीक है? Micropropagation. What is micropropagation? Is in micropropagation, production of plant by isolated plant cell or group of tissues. Then what is done in micropropagation? From the isolated cells, okay, by removing the isolated cells from the growing region of the plant. What are the growing regions? Can you tell me in a plant? Anyone? कोई भी बताओ growing region plant का क्या होता है? In class 9, I think you people have learned that there are certain areas only where growth can be seen in a plant. You have learned? So tell me the growing region is where we can find the growth in a plant. Yes, tell me, unmute yourself and tell me. Anyone? Tell me the growing region. What do you mean by the growing region?
Meristem.
It is the, see, meristematic tissue. Wherever the meristematic tissues are present in the plant, that portion of the plant can be considered as the growing region. जहां भी हम लोग को meristematic tissues मिलेंगे. Yes, Preeti? Yes? Anyone? कोई भी?
Ma'am, apical meristem and tissue?
Yes.
Ma'am, meristem.
Meristematic tissue, very good. Apical, lateral, and intercalary. That you people have learned in class 9. Very good. See, so these are the portions wherever the meristematic tissues are present. That is the growing region of the plant. जहां भी मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यूज हैं वो प्लांट का ग्रोइंग रीजन है. तो इन माइक्रो प्रोपगेशन द सेल्स आर रिमूव्ड फ्रॉम द ग्रोइंग टिप ऑफ द प्लांट. ग्रोइंग टिप से सेल्स को रिमूव करेंगे एंड दैट ग्रुप ऑफ सेल इज कॉल्ड कैलस. Then that group of cell is put into the synthetic medium where the further division will take place. Then it is transferred to the hormonal medium for further division, and after that new seedlings will be developed, and that is then transferred to the main field. So this is micropropagation, means obtaining a new plant from a group of cell, we can say that is micropropagation. That is production of plant by isolated plant cell or plant tissues from the growing region in a synthetic medium. In a synthetic medium, if we are putting the group of cell, that is tissue, from the growing region of the plant, then in the synthetic medium the new plants can be obtained, and that method is called vegetative propagation. इस मेथड को कहते हैं वेजिटेटिव प्रोपगेशन. क्या ये समझ में आया तुम लोगों को? टेल मी.
Yes, ma'am.
Production of plant from the isolated plant cell or group of cell which is removed from the growing region of the plant, and then it is put in the synthetic medium. Okay, that is the way of obtaining new plant, and this method is called micropropagation or tissue culture, we can say. Now, what are the benefits of tissue culture? Anyone? What is the advantage of tissue culture? Anyone? Tell me, what are the advantages of tissue culture? क्या
Ma'am,
होगा
using
tissue
tissue
culture का advantage?
parents in
Yes,
disease-free condition.
new plants are again the we can say that is new plants are obtained from the parent plant. Then what is its advantage, I am asking? See, the plant which is obtained by this method, that is completely grown in the synthetic medium. We are obtaining a plant by putting the group of cells in a synthetic medium, so there is no any chances of disease. क्या ये एडवांटेज कंसीडर कर सकते हैं? दिस कैन बी कंसीडर्ड एज इट्स एडवांटेज और नॉट? In micropropagation, as I am saying, that we are obtaining a new plant by removing the group of cells from the growing region of the plant and then putting it into the synthetic and hormonal medium, and then we are obtaining the new plant. So this type of plant, as it is growing, as it is obtained from the synthetic medium with all the essential conditions which are necessary for that plant, that is followed in laboratory, we are obtaining. So that type of plant is disease free, means good quality of seedlings can be obtained by this method. Do you think, am I right or wrong? What do you think? क्या मैं सही हूँ?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Now I think this topic is clear to you all. मुझे लगता है अब asexual reproduction में किसी को कहीं problem नहीं होगा, because already we have discussed about all the different types of asexual reproduction. Okay, so little bit time is left, so quickly I am asking some question from you people and tell me the answer. Okay, so that I will obtain a feedback that how you people have understand this topic. Okay, same, first of all I am asking question that what is budding? Give example. Anyone tell me what is budding? Give example. Any one of you? There are total 23 students. Anyone can try and reply. कोई भी try करके मतलब बोल सकता है इस पर. Any one of you?
Ma'am, budding is a mode of a sexual reproduction in which the bud outgrowth is produced and then detached from the parent body.
Yes.
When it attains its full length.
Okay, very good. this is the correct answer. It is a type of asexual reproduction in which a small outgrowth is arising from the parent body. And when that outgrowth grow and attain its full length, it is going to detach from the parent body, and then again the process will be repeated. Okay, this is the budding. Okay, now next question is from you people. The next question is, tell me one advantage of vegetative propagation. Right now I have taught this portion. I already explained.
Vegetative
Yes,
take less time to
Ma'am,
grow a new
plant
yes, anyone can
plant. It
reply.
takes less time to grow.
Tell me your name and then you answer. Tell me your name, keep your video on. That will look better, I think. And that will be the best, not only better, it will look best if you keep on your video and unmute yourself. Yes, very good, beta. Tell me, what is the advantage of vegetative propagation?
Ma'am, the advantage of vegetative propagation is that it takes less time to grow a new parent plant.
Yes, very good. The advantage is that it take less time to grow. New plant can be obtained within a less time. There will be less investment of money by the farmer, and we know that a seedless plant can be obtained by this method. So 3 points you can add in this topic. Very good. Now next one is, if we are obtaining a new plant by isolating the cell or group of cells from the growing region of the plant, that method is called? Tell me.
Ma'am, again, please.
Yes.
Ma'am, again.
Again, okay, I am repeating. If we are removing the isolated cells or group of cells from the growing region of the plant and then putting it into a synthetic medium to obtain the new plant, this method is called
tissue culture.
Micropropagation.
very good. Yes, definitely it is
Micropropagation.
micropropagation. This is the method which right now we people have discussed. Very good. Yes, this is micropropagation. Now, what kind of asexual reproduction can be seen in planaria? We are cutting the planaria into 3, and again it is developing, or it is developing its lost part.
Regeneration.
Regeneration. Very good.
Regeneration.
Yes. I think asexual reproduction is completely clear to you people. Now, what are the benefits of DNA copying? If we are talking about that in asexual reproduction also DNA copying takes place, then what is its benefit? Do you think any benefit of DNA copying? Anyone? DNA copying, why it is essential? In asexual also DNA copying is there. In sexual reproduction, DNA copying is there. Now, why is it essential? Anyone? No one? I think Preeti, you try. Preeti, why DNA copying is essential? Do you think anything important in DNA copying? Don't you think we are characters are passing from parent to offspring by DNA copying? Anyone? DNA copying से ही कैरेक्टर्स पास होते हैं पेरेंट से ऑफस्प्रिंग में, तो क्या डीएनए कॉपिंग? Yes.
Because it carry the genetic information from the parents to offspring.
Very good. Yes, nicely replied. It is carrying the characters from parent to offspring. So we know that before cell division, the nucleus will divide, and before nuclear division, there will be DNA copying. So this one is very important process, because this leads to variation only. Whatever the variation which can be observed in sexual reproduction, we will find more variation, or in asexual reproduction, किसमें ज्यादा variation देखने को मिलेंगे?
Sexual reproduction.
In sexual reproduction. Now, what are the reasons behind variation in sexual reproduction? 2 important points. Anyone?
Two or more than organisms are involved.
Yes, because 2 different parents are involved. We can call it as biparental. हम लोग जो है बाई पैरेंटल बोर्ड यूज करते हैं सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन के लिए, एंड डीएनए कॉपिंग इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द फैक्टर विच लीड टू वेरिएशन। और डीएनए कॉपिंग भी एक इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है जिसके वजह से वेरिएशन होता है। So I think now we can say that asexual reproduction topic is completely clear to you all. Am I right? Tenji,
Yes,
tell me.
ma'am.
I am
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Yes, I think no one is there who is unable to answer any question from the topic asexual reproduction. So far we have discussed the mode of asexual reproduction, and now we are moving on to our next topic, that is sexual reproduction. Okay, in see plants also sexual reproduction is there. So the reproductive part of a plant is, कौन सा part को reproductive कहते हैं?
Flower.
Flower, very good. Now see, there are 4 parts in a flower. Can you tell me? If we see 4 parts, first of all we will see in a flower. What are those 4 parts? In your previous classes also you people have learned about these 4 parts. Anyone tell me the name of all the 4 parts? कोई भी उन चारों parts के नाम?
Anther,
Yes. Sepal.
anther, filament, petal, sepal, ovary.
No, filament is not the part. Yes. Yes, Ojaswini, tell me.
Petal and sepal.
Sepal, petal, and other 2 parts are stamen and carpel. Do you know?
Pistil and stamen.
Yes, pistil and stamens. Pistil is also called carpel. Okay. Yeah, उसके लिए हम लोग next word which we can use is, see, for stamen we are using androsium, and for that is for a pistil we are using the word gynosium. Okay, so one roughly I am showing you. अभी जितना हम लोग we are talking about the sexual reproduction in plant, and here I am drawing the flower. So first of all I am drawing the female reproductive system. Say here we are drawing the female, I am drawing the female reproductive system here, and here I am indicating this one is the female reproductive system. ये female reproductive system मैंने draw किया, ठीक है? So this is called the pistil, or the we can say carpel, or we will use the term gynosium for this one. This one is called the main portion, that is called, see, this one is, first portion is called stigma. This one is stigma, and this one is the style, and this one is the ovary. Okay, this is the female reproductive system of a flower, which is also known as pistil or carpel, or we can use the term gynosium. क्या ये तीनों term clear हुआ? Gynosium we are saying carpel, we are saying the pistil. This is for female reproductive system. Okay, the name which is used. 3 parts are present in female reproductive